Gotta make a video. Let's make a video talking about Goosebumps Horrorland or Goosebumps 2 Horrorland. So, right now we have no idea who is responsible or who did what. And like I said in previous videos, definitely check those out. Notice the fact of we don't have multiple parts of Slappy. Notice, like in a previous video, I tried to make an idea of if there's 10 books featuring Slappy, then does that mean it takes 10 books to capture him? But instead, they decided to focus on one book alone, even though there are two books of Slappy that was in the movie. Revenge of the Living Dummy Slappy. Well, the book of Revenge of the Living Dummy wasn't not actually shown. And it is kind of troublesome that in the whole thing, Slappy burned all the books, but yet, there are many books missing, chances are, and it does make you scratch your head because there's many monsters missing, there's many books chances are missing, and R.L. Stine didn't say anything of anything. He was just like, well, the day is saved. Guess chances are if they knew that they were going to continue on with this, they most likely would have said, R.L. Stine, I think we're missing some books. Like Hannah was like, I think we're missing some books. And it's like, well, we'll deal with that when it comes to it. For right now, let's celebrate the fact that the city is saved and we got the monsters that we see right now. And it's like, yeah, eventually we'll have to look for the rest of them. But for right now, we're good. And also, like I mentioned in another video, those aren't all the books, chances are, meaning that he might have to have some books somewhere hidden, somewhere locked up. Well, whatever. We'll get to that when they get to it, when the writers are like, holy frick. He's like, yeah, holy frick. That's a good idea, son. But what we really need to talk about is the freaking thing in the room. So, Night of the Living Dummy, that book. Notice the fact that there's two freaking dummies in there. Yes, Slappy came out of it, but we also have Mr. Wood that's supposed to have came out. And here's the nail that breaks everything when people are like, oh, but it's the invisible boy who is responsible for Horrorland. And it's kind of funny that freaking video I made, that has lots of attention, while the other one I made doesn't get bupkis. Even so, here is the thing that I'm going to hit that people are going to be like, a fup. So, I forgot which book it was, but there is a book called More Tales to Give You Goosebumps or Give Yourself Goosebumps. One of those books. It's the one with the freaky Amazon fish dude. Right now I don't have and don't remember what the name of it is, but either way, that is where Muglani resides. Muglani, that guy you saw in the movie with the freaking shrunken head and he has the painted face and stuff. Yes, he's from that book. And guess what? Another monster that was in that book also showed up in the movie, meaning that there's a possibility that when it comes to monsters, there are multiple monsters that reside in one book. The other monster that was in that same book was Crombie. And Crombie can be seen in the movie as well. He's a leprechaun dude. You see those two? Those two were in one book. That means that chances are with Night of the Living Dummy, Slappy was not alone. And it is kind of funny where it's like, well, Slappy was not alone, but yet R.L. Stine wasn't talking about the fact of, well, Slappy, I see you're here, and I'm glad you're here, but where's Mr. Wood? And that would be the big, interesting part of where it's like, da, 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 but Mr. Wood is nowhere to be found. And it's kind of weird that you guys don't focus on Mr. Wood and Slappy together. And even I've read the movie novel. Mr. Wood was still not in that movie. Was not in that book either. So it's kind of weird. That's the base where I'm like, yeah, that's going to get very sketchy. But of course, since Night of the Living Dummy technically had two bad guys in there, it makes more sense that, yes, Mr. Wood got directions from Slappy and he ran for it. And who knows, maybe R.L. Stein, since he wrote so many damn books, he forgot about freaking Mr. Wood and just focused on Slappy too damn much. And in the prequel video game, it's even worse, where it's the fact of holy frick, Slappy's right there, and there's Mr. Wood right there on the floor, but we didn't really know it was Mr. Wood until the very, very end, which is meaning you better make sure you watch the video game all the way to the end, or you'll miss the special Oh God, where you have the freaking Mr. Wood dummy right there, and he turns around. He gets back up and looks at you. Thus, technically, if they really want to go that way, which please make another video game. I really don't want to own the Goosebumps video game, but I'm just saying, for the love of God, make another video game for that. I would like to see more of Mr. Wood, personally. I like to see what Mr. Wood can do. I like to see if Mr. Wood is like, oh, well, I'm free. I'm still free. And he maybe even comes like mid. It's like, yeah. So it's the prequel to the movie. Then we have the movie. Then here's the prequel video game again to the movie. So that means that Slappy basically takes the book and that has all the monsters in it and release it yet again. On the other hand, I kind of would prefer the idea of maybe the, I don't know. It's hard. This one's hard to figure out how they're going to make a sequel to it. But they can do it, and they should. They should, definitely should. Bottom line, two monsters can come from one same book. We should also have Mr. Wood, and Mr. Wood should actually be over there with the Revenge of the Living Dummy book, being like, well, Slappy knew you would freaking figure things out. So that's why he had a contingency plan. He has many contingency plans, meaning that, oh my gosh, they just mentioned there's even more sequels to come. But then it's like, oh, frick, and here's Revenge of the Living Dummy book. Oh, Slappy came out again. Yeah, I really don't like the idea if they're going to do this, is they're going to still use the same damn monsters from the previous movie. That would be bull crap. It's like, yeah, that would be major bull crap. Yes, there's some monsters in that movie that didn't get a spotlight. Like, for instance, the Haunted Mask didn't get to have anything. But it would be very cool anyways if they forget about those monsters. You did them. They're done. Let's do other monsters that haven't been touched yet. AKA the monsters that either A, Mr. Wood, or, of course, the freaking victorious video of Invisible Boy did it. Invisible Boy had multiple books, which had so many more monsters in there, like Chicken, for instance. So there's going to be another witch. There's going to be a witch in there, another witch. I'm just going to end it by saying it's sad that Murder the Clown was used in the first movie, and they could have so used in the second movie since he actually is a Horrorland character. Good job on that.